Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Greg with Ideal Trading Ideas, and today is June 8th, 2021. And as you can see, we have Rolls-Royce up on the screen with the ticker symbol RYCEY or RYCEY. And current price is $1.63, right? We're up 10 cents for the day, or positive 6.54%. And we're going to run through the charts real quick. Weekly chart says that we're up 13 cents, or positive 8.67%. Monthly chart says that we're up 10 cents, or positive 6.53%. 3-month chart says that we are at break even. 1-year chart says that we're down $3.50, or negative 68.23%. And the 5-year chart says that we're down $7.22, or negative 81.58%. So we're going to go ahead and scroll down to show you what's going on with me in this trade. My average cost is $1.63. We own 400 shares portfolio. It's 8.27% of our portfolio diversity. Today's return is $40, or 6.54%, and our total return is 4 cents, right? Positive 0.01%. We're in for $652, or that's the market value as of right now, $652. And what is it that I'm going to say about Rolls-Royce? Now, we know that this is the aeronautical wing of Rolls-Royce. They have multiple different divisions, obviously cars and so on and so forth. But I would tell you guys that this is a long-term play. You know, get in at the low and just hold. And the reason why I say that is very simple. You can kind of look back over the past year to see that it had highs, you know, 4s, 5s, you know, and it kind of dropped down, you know, into the 150s. You know, it's been hovering between that 130, 140, 150 range for a long time. It tends to shoot up. So if you got in anywhere in that $1 range, or 130, 140, 150, when it shoots up, you know, and you see those 160, 180 moves, you're gonna make some money, right? Depending on how many shares you buy. And I always tell you guys to always buy 100 shares, so you can really see that bang for your buck, right? Now, we know that they're not paying out any dividends. We can kind of click on what's going on right here. As you can see, 52-week high is 522, 52-week low is 131. And they have no dividend yield or anything, so they're not going to be paying you anything for holding their shares for a long term. You just pretty much have to wait. In terms of related lists, it's amongst the top 100 popular stocks. Industrials, it's a UK stock, so on and so forth. So what we're going to do is kind of push forward and go into our E-Trade account and look at our analyst research, right? So we have a guy named David Perry from JP Morgan. He gave it a hold back in March 16th, 21. Didn't give a price target, but also you can look at his, you know, you can read his article, right? He has 100% success rate. So we're going to go ahead and move forward to his article, and pretty much showing you that, hey, Deutsche Bank on March 16th pretty much gave it a price target of 113 GBP, or that's British pounds, from 97 GBP. And then we have another one right here, Credit Suisse, has a price target at 57 GBP from 53. So they pushed it up. On the 15th, we have Society General, 95 GBP from 78, so they're giving it up. And then we have Morgan Stanley on February giving it lowered to 91 from 109. That was back in February 11th, 21, right? So these are other stories that they have that they're going over. We're not going to go into those, but what we're going to do is push forward to take a look at what we have on Fidelity, right? This is our Fidelity platform and what they're saying. So we have Deutsche Bank, Ford Equity Research, and Zacks Investment, and their opinion is neutral, pretty much saying a hold. That was from February 11, 21, and then recently on June 4th, Ford Equity Research gave it a buy, and then Zacks gave it a neutral on June 5th, right? So we're gonna go ahead and push forward and take a look at the Ford Equities Research, because they're saying, hey, this is a buy, right? So I'm gonna go ahead, push forward, take a look at that. And this is their research, and the price was 153 back then. We know that the price is 163 now, so it's jumped up by 10%. It says, we project that RYCEY will outperform the market over the next 6 to 12 months. This projection is based on our analysis of 3 key factors that influence common stock performance: earnings strength, relative valuation, and recent price movement, right? So they're giving you some quick stuff. Their earning strength is positive. Their relative valuation is very positive, but their price movement is very negative, right? And they're pretty much showing you why, right? EPS increased from negative $1.50 to the estimate of $1.04 over the past 5 quarters. Operating earnings yield of 68% ranks above 100% of the companies covered by Ford. And then the positive movement, 1 year price down 11.1%, very negative, 1 quarter down 3.7% positive, and 1 month up 6.2% negative, right? So they go into Rolls-Royce Holdings and actually what it covers, right? So through its subsidiary, the company is an industrial technology company. Got tongue-tied, guys. The company's segment includes Civil Aerospace, which develops, manufactures, and markets the sales commercial aerial engines and aftermarket services. Power Systems manufactures, markets, and sells military aerial engines, naval engines, submarine nuclear power plants, and aftermarket services. And ITP Aerial, which is engaged in design, research and development, manufacture and casting, assembly and testing of aeronautical engines and gas turbines, right? So aerospace performance is negative. Peer group, they show you the different peers that it's up against. Overall rating, they have a 2, it's in the green, which is good. Everybody else has a very poor, high, or good, right? Then we look at their recent prices, and Rolls-Royce has one of the lowest price targets, right? Market cap, they have one of the lowest market caps at 2.95 billion. Looking at the EPS, so on and so forth, in their 1 year price change, right? As we kind of scroll down, we get to look at the net profits on sales, so on and so forth. And then taking a look at what Ford is saying, Ford Equity Research, that is, Ford's buy on Rolls-Royce holds it as a result of our systematic analysis and 3 basic characteristics, right? Earning strength, relative valuation, and a recent stock price movement, right? So they're going over their reasons why they believe it's going to go up. Obviously the positives, the earning strength, the relative valuations, and the price movement, right, being very negative. So you can also pretty much go on to Fidelity if you have an account, pull up the research portion of the page just by typing in the ticker symbol, and try to just dive in and read the research paper, not just from Ford, but from Zacks and anywhere else that you can find some papers, right? So that's pretty much going to be our take on it. We believe that is a buy as well. We've been holding it now for quite a bit of time, and what we're going to do is move forward as well, right? So we're going to go ahead and click on our TradingView platform, and as you can see, they have it at $1.63. Even at pre-market is $1.63, and on August 5th they have their up and coming earnings reports, right? So as we scroll down, we know we have overview, ideas, and financials, and we can get a quick view of that. Ideas, financials, balance sheet, dividends, margins, income statement, operating matrix, right? So you have your top authors right here, so you can kind of follow those guys if you want to find out what they believe. This person right here says RYCEY Rocket, and this was done on May 24th. And then Rolls-Royce about to make a big break. This was back June 1st, right? So a lot of people are thinking that, hey, this thing is going to go up. Everybody's long so far when it comes to Rolls-Royce. Another one from April 19th, long. So everybody is thinking, hey, this thing is going to go up. So that's just general ideas from the people that post on TradingView. I like to look at those ideas just to see what other people are thinking, because it's a possibility they are right in what they're thinking, right? We're going to push forward and take a look at the chart. And obviously what you see is that I already have everything kind of mocked up, right? The red lines being our resistance lines and the blue lines being our support lines. And we like to set everything up based off of 52-week highs and 52-week lows. This is the year 2020. And we actually take it all the way back because I want to kind of see what was going on in Rolls-Royce a few years back, right? So 2015, we see that it has a high of $16.16 and a low of about $7.76. 2016, we have a low of about $7.30, right? So we really don't see any lows in that range of $1 and some change in the past 4 or 5 years or so, right? So we don't see that low into 2020. So the time before then when we did see that low was all the way back close to, I want to say 2003. So So I had to actually really go back far to see exactly what was going on with Rolls-Royce. And as you can see, even in this area of 2003, it was that low. It never dropped down to where it's at now, but it was super low. And then we have a gap between 1998 and 2003. I don't know exactly what happened in that. Maybe need to go back and do some research. But in 1996, it had a week, because this is the weekly chart, a week where it actually dropped down this low, and it actually dropped down lower to about $1.34, right? So we haven't seen these lows since 1996 when it came to Rolls-Royce. That's a long time ago, so anybody that was holding, shares that long, I don't know what to say to them, because I definitely would have sold my shares off at the high a long time ago. But anyway, we're going to push forward. And as you can see, just by going back the last couple of years, you see that, hey man, there were some highs at Rolls-Royce, 2015, 2014, goodness gracious, $21 and some change, man. So this is something that definitely, to me, I would have sold off and collected my funds, especially if I got in at $1 and some change, right? So 2015, we were as high as 1616, right? That's a nice amount of money. So we're going to 2016, that was 2015, and we come in at a high of about 1003, possibly, and then, or 11, yeah, about 1003. And then 2017, we come in at about 1307 at a high. And then 2018, we come in at 1452 as a high. And then 2019, right around that 1310 area. And then going into 2020 is where we really see what actually happened with Rolls-Royce. So at a high of about $9.20, and obviously right around this area, and I'll open it up just a little bit so we can see, right around this area, February and March, pandemic really hit us hard, and the stock just plummets, right? So it plummets to about right there. We can see a small wick, so it's about $3 and some change, and kind of makes its way up, like a small reversal before dropping back down further, and then reversing back up for a short period of time, making its way back up to $5 and change before finally, as time goes on through the year of 2020, this thing hits its bottom of about $1.38, right? So had you bought at $1.38, definitely would have been a chance to get out of this stock in the $3 range or $3.50 range, right? And obviously before the year ends, it collapses and goes back down, right? So going into the year of 2021, which is where we're at right now, we see that it's been pretty much hitting that same support line, of about 138. It's probably hit it a few times now before bouncing back up, right? So it seems to be having an area of resistance right around this area, so where we're at right now, if we can get above that 163 range, then we're going to be looking at that 186 as another resistance. These are all short-term resistance areas. If we can break through, then we'll probably see ourselves pushing on up into that $2 range or even further, right? $2.50 and some change. That's when we're going to start seeing another short-term resistance area, maybe that $2 range, right? So anybody that's holding on to their RYCEY shares, hey, me personally, I'm going to continue to hold on to the 400 shares that I have, because I believe that is going to be something that's going to push forward in the long term, right? We're not going to make any money from options trading, doing cover calls, because they don't do that with their shares. But as of right now, I personally believe that like many others, that we're going to see RYCEY over time shoot up, right? And at the most, for right now, I'm aiming for that $3.50 range, $3.55, somewhere around that, before we start seeing some type of pullback. That's just me personally. And then we'll probably see some type of pullback to that 235 area. I'll change that to red. That's just my personal opinion. So maybe around that range, and then we'll probably trade sideways before Rolls-Royce taking off at some point again. And this is, like I said, more long term, and we'll see it make the next price target, which would be somewhere around that $5 range. We'll change that to green again. And so that's just what I feel will happen over time. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you what I tend to do with my money. And since I do own 400 shares of RYCEY, this is my intention. This is what I believe it will go, and I'm going to hold to see what happens, right? So anyway, hopefully you guys learned something from this video. Once again, you guys have a great day. Enjoy your sales. If I can do anything to help you, please drop me a comment, like, subscribe to the channel. Have a great day. Bye.